Today, I'm taking on a challenge that I think a lot of us have. Smartphone, wallet, and keys. They take up so much room. But I'm going to test two different solutions. A leather version that goes on the back of a smartphone and a Lycra version. And I'll tell you why I did these two and not all the other ones, the rubber ones, whatever. And then we're going to really wring these guys out and see which one is best. So let's go to a top-down shot and I'll show you all the details on how you put them on and trade-offs between a Lycra one that's really stretchy and a leather one that's less so, but it's got a little bit more strength to it. I want to place them right on the end so I have plenty of room to get in and out. I don't think you need to bring them all the way up here. We'll just try to keep them right around the center. This one seems a little smaller. Once you put the leather stitching in there, they're about the same. You don't want them too loose because then the cards would fall out. But you don't want them so tight that you can't get the cards out. And they are both labeled with 3M 300 LSE. Using the alcohol wipe, cleaning it off, peel back the tab. Very sticky. This one has a nice little peel tab. I'm holding it with my fingers and trying to position it as evenly as possible. And then I'm just going to press from the bottom all the way up and make sure it's on there nice and firm. Ideally, you'll get it the first time because if you try to take it off, you might compromise the stickiness. But I'm pretty happy with that. It's a little crooked. I'm going to take the cover off the phone, being able to apply pressure so that it doesn't warp. Here's the leather one. Line it up, about the same position. Now it's a little wider, so it kind of goes to the edge a little more. Some people would be a little worried this wouldn't stick to the case. As you can see, you squeeze it down really well once it's in position. Guys down there pretty good. Now, initial impressions, kind of like it. And because of the bevel the way it is here, it's just nice and slim. You could make the case that it actually protects the bevel because it's more flush. We're going to put the phone cover that has the Lycra pocket on there and we'll start it out. So driver's license and credit card. You gotta kind of walk it down in there. It sticks up a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's going all the way to the end of the pocket. Taking out the card, it's pretty firm in there. You may want that exposed for some reason. Maybe you want to do a quick scan. Or you could have like a Metro card on the outside. Would allow the Metro scanner to scan it. So you wouldn't even have to take it out of the pocket. If you're worried about that kind of stuff, I've got my nice little RFID protector. Put it in there. My driver's license. Now you could put the cash in here, but I think it would come out, so I'm just going to put it in here. Here's the key fob. I've taken it off the big key ring, and we're going to see if that fits in there so that you can consolidate it even more. The key fob makes it kind of wide, but it's doable. Is it preferable? Nah, I think you're going to have to come down to two items. Some sort of key ring with a key fob, because that's got a house key on it, security key. Now, if it was just a house key you wanted, I think you'd be okay. The profile would be thin enough. Barely noticeable. Give it a good shake test. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Nice and firm. You can get 4 cards in there and a little bit of cash. That's how big it is. Above the little bevel here for the camera. Not bad. It's a total of 3/4 of an inch. Whereas the phone itself is 3/8 of an inch. So you're adding about 1/4 inch with the cards and the money. Let's take this out and let's do the second test on the leather. I kind of like the leather a little better. Alright, so let's put 4 cards in here and see how we do. I'm having problems. 3 cards. So your credit card, a driver's license, and a Metro card. Real tight. Alright, let's take the Metro card out. Just do the license and the credit card. Okay, there you go. That's awful tight. 3 cards. Can I slip some money in there? Yep, but everybody knows it's there. So the great thing about the Lycra is it expands and it stretches. This guy, a little less so. It's actually pulling the protective shield off the phone a little bit. I don't know if you can see it by bowing. And trying to take something out of here, it's hard. I noticed with just the driver's license and the credit card and the money, it looks pretty good, nice and smooth. You're right around the same 3/4 inch, maybe a little light. I tested both of these, sliding them in and out of my pocket with the cards in, and this one has a little less friction than this does. This is nice and solid. They don't really hang up much. but I'm kind of leaning towards this guy. One more test, I'm going to put one of these on my son's phone. Always has a tendency to forget his wallet. So I'm cleaning it off with another alcohol wipe. And I'm going to use the Lycra one because I think he'll prefer that over the leather. Line it up, side to side. There you go. I decided before I released this video, I really wanted to give it kind of a test run on all of these sleeves. And the results were pretty amazing. Maybe I don't need this thing anymore. So let's go to a top-down shot and I'll give you some pretty surprising results even after 3 weeks. Here's the leather one. One thing I don't like about it is you can only carry 2 cards. The cash is kind of showing. I really didn't feel comfortable putting my key in there. And if you try to put in a 3rd card, it just doesn't go in. After a couple days, I found this leather one very frustrating to use because it didn't hold enough and it was really hard to get things in and out of the wallet. And I've had those in for about 3 weeks and it's not stretching. Not a big fan, although it did stick really well. So it comes down to these 2 Lycra pockets, both on my son's phone and mine. One thing he mentioned, which was interesting, he liked the fact that he could put money in there and conceal it. He said a lot of the kids in his school have clear pockets and you can see the money, and people, I guess, pick up on that and you could always lose it. Here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I've got some money and I've got a quarter because I go to stores like Lidl. And that all stays in there. I can put a key in there. You're not going to be able to put the fob in. I found after a very short period of time, I didn't miss this anymore. And I kind of like this wallet, but you know, there you go. So you can shake this a lot. And those cards are not going to budge. But yet when you want to take them out, they slide out real easy. And having 5 cards is great. In fact, I'm going to see if I can put in a 6th card. Yeah. 6 cards! This has stretched out just a tad while I've been using it. This is the winner. It's sticking really solid to the protective cover, and I'll show you the other side. That's fused on there really well, and that's gonna stay the course, stay the duration. This protective cover, it's saved this phone probably 3 dozen times since I've had it. Well worth the investment. Post it down below. There's all sorts of comparable ones depending on what phone you have. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in evaluation of tech gear, designs of all kinds, I develop sports gear and photography equipment. I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe because you never know what you're gonna see.